Hope you can see me okay. A little bit of grunge on the lens there. Anyway, excellent lunch had. I did take a little bit of a shot of us eating. I didn't like to sort of stick the camera in people's faces. I know people say, can you show us more of your lunch stops and things like that, but I'll try and do that a bit more. But anyway, you get the idea. But look at this. How amazing is this? We're just waiting for the others to catch me up. I see a couple of bikes. There's only one way out of here, up that hill. But what a beach, eh? Stunning spot. Of course, Tenerife, all volcanic, so the beaches are all this black colour as opposed to the sandy golden sand up at Gran Canaria, but nonetheless it's still a lovely spot, isn't it? So next on the agenda, we're off to meet Jose towards more of the middle of the island. Then we're going to do the ride up to up Mount Teide. I'm sure somebody will tell us how that's pronounced properly, which is a bit of a highlight. It's amazing riding up there. Right, see you on the road. So some quite spectacular views up here, absolutely amazing. Check out to my left. It's like Jurassic Park around here, and just over to my right, just over the ridge that we're sort of following alongside, the cloud is sticking to that side of the hill. We might break through it in a minute. It's quite spectacular. There's something about riding in cloud, isn't there? It's so nice through this shady bit as well, just to get out the heat for a little bit. I've since lunch I've put this bike into sport mode, just to see what the DCT is like on this in sport mode, and I have to say it suits it around these mountains. It holds onto the gears a bit longer, and when you do want to have a sudden squirt of power, it accelerates away a bit more readily, so I think I'll just leave it in sport mode. Right, we've just stopped at a viewpoint where you've got we've got an excellent view of Mount Teide. We'll get there right at some point, way after I've left, no doubt, when the comments come in. But usually, as usual, the GoPro does flatten things out, so let's just point it that way. And there you can just see it in the distance with the clouds. Just in front of it, you might be able to make out the airport as well, with one aircraft on the approach. Anyway, I'm going to move over to Carol now, because she always has something knowledgeable to say when we come to these viewpoints. So let's see what she can tell us. Carol, what have you learnt about this viewpoint?
I'm just enjoying it.
And what knowledgeable things have you got to say about it?
Absolutely none. I'm just
I knew she wouldn't have. Did I say swat up on that viewpoint? No, actually, I forgot, actually, so it's my fault.
Trust you to find the airport.
Helen's clever. Helen, what can you tell us about this viewpoint?
So from here I can see Mount Teide. I can also see
How are you pronouncing that?
Teide will be the one. And if you look over there, you can see Gran Canaria. We've just come from there
look at that. Yeah, look at that.
Only because I told her that was Gran Canaria.
Oh, so that was your okay.
Oh yeah, get it back. Come on, get it back.
Can you see that in the distance, punters? That is it's a lovely view. If you can't see it, take it from us. It is lovely. Oh, Martin's always got a knowledgeable word to say. What can you tell us about this viewpoint, Martin?
Cold.
Well, are you chilly? Yeah, you're chilly.
I am. It's snow coming.
It's 30 degrees and cold. Well, this is a viewpoint looking over Teide and Tenerife North Airport.
Oh, it's Tenerife North, is it? Right,
Yeah.
okay, got it.
So if you want to know anything about that, look in the history, because that was responsible for the biggest loss of aviation life in history.
Oh, that's the one where they crashed on the in the junction. Yeah. There you go. We knew Martin would have something sensible to say, albeit a bit sad, but yeah, that was the biggest aviation incident in history. It was happened on the ground at that airport.
Yeah.
Nightmare. It's in fog, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah.
It's absolutely lovely through this forested area, but this dappled light makes it quite hard to see, number one, the road surface ahead of you, and then also if you do want to do a cheeky overtake, it's quite actually hard to see down the road, you know, to see if there's any cars coming. So it's a bit of a weird effect. Oh, interestingly, having stopped the bike in sport mode, it's gone back to standard mode, so I think I'll change that back. Sport was definitely better in these twisties. So, as if by magic, Martin has disappeared, and now we've got Jose in the lead. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to film the swap over, but you know, Jose is now leading on his GS with the panniers up front, with Carol on the back of that bike, and we're heading towards Teide. We're going to check out those volcanic ash fields that look absolutely spectacular. So, we've come through the tree-lined forested area, an amazing ride. It was really nice, and we've come to a great viewpoint area here where we can actually see Teide much better. I'll show you in a second. And we've also done a lead rider swap. So we've now got Jose. We've swapped him out for Martin. Now, Jose, you are, well, number one, you're the best looking of all the leaders at Canary Motorcycle Tours. Would you disagree with that?
No.
Exactly. And probably the best rider as well, I imagine.
No.
No?
No.
What? What do you mean, no? This was your chance.
No,
I can't believe you missed that. Unbelievable. Anyway, it's great to see you again.
Me too.
So what are we looking at here then? Tell us something amazing about Teide.
You have in front Teide.
Yep.
It's a 3,740,000 meters.
Right.
It's the second biggest mountain in the Europe and the first in main Spain.
Right.
And downstairs.
Am I right in thinking that if you took it from the base of it, i.e. under the sea, it's actually higher than Mont Blanc? So it would make it the highest in Europe then?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, I'm wrong. Oh well.
Sorry.
Sorry, carry on then. There's a useless fact that was wrong.
Yeah, downstairs.
Yep.
Is the village Puerto La Cruz.
Yep.
It's the second village more bigger here in Tenerife. The first one is Santa Cruz.
Yep.
The second one.
So that's the second city, right, as it were? Yeah.
It's Puerto La Cruz, and the third one is La Laguna, when you pass now with Martin too.
Okay, yeah. Excellent. What a view, eh? Splendid. It's great to see you again. We've never ridden before, have we?
I'm happy to see you again.
Yeah, me too. That'd be great. Yeah, fantastic. So we're doing up Teide next, aren't we? Or the lava field or whatever.
Lava.
Yeah, perfect. That's great. Right, another cracking little stop for a photo stop. And now I think we just drifted up to the next cafe for a little bit of refreshment, and then on to those lava fields that I'm looking forward to revisiting. It's been a long while since I've been there, and it's a bit otherworldly, so looking forward to getting some shots of that. Trying out the 360 cam with it as well should be good. Jose is an absolute character. I've met him obviously lots of times before when I've been to Canary motorcycle tours, but I've never actually ridden with him, so it'd be great to be led by him for the next few days. And Jose is a native Canarian, so he's been riding these roads for the last 50 odd years, knows it like the back of his hand, and that is one of the big advantages of coming out with somebody like Canary Motorcycle Tours, because you get a guide that actually knows the area well and can take you to all those little places that you wouldn't otherwise find of your own accord. I was talking to him after I turned the camera off. He's just been on a bit of a round robin actually. He's done this week Fuerteventura, Lanzarote, he's been in Tenerife like twice, La Gomera, where we're going tomorrow again. So yeah, he's been on the right run around. I reckon Joy has been trying to keep him out of the office or something. Wow, look at this. Beautiful. Just see to my right down there on the coast, the second largest town in Tenerife. That's what Jose was saying. Outrageously, I've forgotten what it was called, but I'll look it up and put it on the screen. But I must say, this vintage jacket that I'm wearing has proven to be an absolute winner. I've not used it in anger before because it's, well, since I've had it, it's not been warm enough basically. But in these temperatures here, it's about, I don't know, 26 degrees, I imagine, centigrade. It's just lovely, just got a cool airflow through it. It's from Bering, I think they're a French company. Just seeing the starts of lava fields here. This grey stuff, definitely lava, or was at one point. Great view here of the Canaries radio telescopes up the top there. They may not, actually I'm not sure they're all radio telescopes, they might be optical, but some of the clearest skies here, obviously at altitude as well, but a great place for stargazing. So we come right to the base of the radio telescopes now. They're right up to my left, you can't quite see them, they're obscured by the rocks. Don't know if we'll get a view around the corner. Just see a couple of the buildings up there. And ahead of me now, the amazing conical shape, classic volcano shape, Mount Teide. I've never been here this time of year before. When I last came, it was actually in dense cloud and fog, and so I didn't get to see this part of it. And this, I think these yellow plants are gauze, I'm not sure. It looks really beautiful. So just had an absolutely cracking ride through the foresty bit there again, some great riding. We're at the Papillon Restaurante, which me and Carol were last at when it was particularly flipping cold, wasn't it? And we had to have broth, do you remember? And now you're on the ice cream.
I'm eating ice cream, it's lovely.
Anyway, you're on Jose's bike now. He's got a GS. Let's have a look at it. Here it is. Trusty old beast.
Yep.
What did you make of it, Carol? Compared to the Africa Twin, of course, that Martin had.
It's like climbing onto an old friend. I know that I should rephrase that, shouldn't I?
No. I completely get what you mean.
Yeah. seat is very comfortable.
Yep.
I've done more miles on a GS. I've only been on an Africa Twin yesterday and this morning. So
what you're basically saying is a GS is better than an Africa Twin, isn't it?
For me, passenger, yes. For me.
Yeah. There we go. So it's official. GS better than Africa Twin. So I think we've just annoyed every Africa Twin owner out there, but we're only joking. The Africa Twin's great, but the GS is better. Anyway, let's crack on, shall we? Right, another very welcome, much needed stop. Excellent. We're off now to find some lava fields. So I was talking to Jose at the cafe stop just now, and we were talking about riding experience in the islands, and he reckons he's ridden 1.2 million miles in his lifetime on these islands. That's quite a number, isn't it? Don't know how he's worked that out, but sounds good. Let's check this out for a different sort of landscape. Now, I've never actually been to Mars, but if I ever get to go, my expectation is it'll be quite similar to this, maybe without the road and the perfectly built wall. But you know, you get the picture. It's got a definite redness about it. So I don't ever recall riding anywhere else on the planet quite like this. I'm guessing there may be places in Arizona that are a little bit like it, but of course that's not volcanic. It just looks like a massive boulder field. Well, Jose certainly leans that GS. Look like he's going to scrape the pegs round there then. Incredible. Now, I was saying just now that it looked very much like Mars. It's got a bit of seabed about it now as well. You can imagine how this might have once been under the water, but well, I suppose volcanic activity has raised it up, hence why the islands are here. What a fantastic road though, and what a spectacle. The rocks over that way are just something else. That's definitely like something out of Arizona, isn't it? So this looks like probably the most recent lava field. I'm guessing just because it's so dark. Lavras Negras or something it's called. Black lava. If I were to stop and hold this, although it looks like rich earth, it's actually, this is all rock. It's the sort of thing you'd, you know, cut your feet on if you tried to walk over it. Quite something. I've never seen anywhere in the world a lava field like this. I'm sure that exists, but I've not been there. And what an amazing view behind me, just looking in the mirror. The bike's lined up and the mountains there with the lava, just spectacular. So we just did a little cheeky turn round to come back because we need to head back this way for our hotel. And, I think I read on the sign that this lava field is from an eruption from 1879, so even though it looks fresh, what's that, 140 years old. Right, next stop I think, hotel, which is in a place called Los Cristianos, something like that, which is on the south of the island. I'll get a Google map up and just point out where we are now and where we are heading down to Los Cristianos and our hotel. I'm not sure what's on the way. If there's anything spectacular, I'll be sure to put the camera on. If not, we'll see you there. I'm loving this looking down at the clouds again thing. Just to my right, we're looking down at the clouds, which just amuses me for some reason. We're being held up by traffic, which is unusual. At the head of this queue, there's a whole load of quad bikes, if that's the right term. About, I don't know, 10 quads, obviously on a tour. Thank you. It's all starting to look a bit more tourist central now. Just waiting for the group to regroup so we can find the hotel together. 1, 2, 3, testing microphone. Right, well, we've made it to Los Cristianos, our hotel, and we realised that we didn't yesterday do the hotel tour in Mrs. Flyer's usual way, so we'll do the room tour, okay, Mrs. Flyer? Here we go.
Bedroom.
You can hold the mic.
Oh. Bed. Table and chairs. Moving through to the bathroom, which is basic, but it's functional and there's loads of space. Cool.
Bit old school, isn't it?
It is a bit old school. Who gives a monk?
It'll work. Is there a view out that window? Let's have a look. Oh, look, we've got a little kettle situation. And that out there then will be Los Cristianos. Wow. It looks all very warm and lovely. Well, good morning, folks, and welcome to a very sunny Tenerife where it's 8 in the morning. The sun's just popping up over the palm trees. Check that out. Look at that. And yeah, this is the hotel we stayed at last night. Had a very pleasant stay there. Just getting the bikes ready now because we're off to La Gomera today, a brand new island for me. Cannot wait. We've got a ferry to catch at, I think, 8:45. So 3/4 now we should be boarding. So stick around and stay tuned. Let's see what today brings. Right, just waiting for the rest of the crew to gather down there. There's a fellow over there doing a bit of yoga or something. His shoulders are doing exactly what mine can't. I can only look at him with great envy. Anyway, never mind that. Let's get on with a bit of riding. And we're off. Just a short ride, I think, to the ferry terminal from here. You'll note I'm behind Jose today, and he is sans Carol. She's decided, along with Kim, to have a day by the beach. So they're going to do a bit of lazing by the beach, while us hardcore riders go out and discover La Gomera. And here's the ferry terminal. Line 6, I think you said. Right, time to board. That came very quickly. Always find these ramps super slippery. Oh, there's a guy on a Goldwing there, look. Waiting for a bit of space before he takes a run up. I don't blame him. It looks like another catamaran. How exciting. Right, on the line. Right, super busy morning on the ferry it looks like. Once again the guys have done or are about to do the strapping down for us, which makes it all very easy. And about an hour's crossing, I think, this one. Just time to do a bit of work. Alright, we are off. A little bit of a haphazard departure, but seems to have vaguely worked. Oh, beautiful light out here. Absolutely stunning. So, here we are, folks. Welcome to La Gomera. Another island. Right, we've got to regroup and then we'll see what this one has in store. So I know very little indeed about La Gomera. All I know is when you look at the map, it's about, I don't know, quarter the size of Tenerife, I suppose. And Tenerife and Gran Canaria, similar sizes, different shapes. So looking forward to seeing what it's got to offer. This sort of capital area looks quite nice. And then looking over towards the hills, we can see it looks pretty barren, but just because it looks barren here, doesn't mean to say it's going to be throughout the island. We shall see. And in case you're wondering, because I don't think I said, the capital of La Gomera is San Sebastian, I think. That's the name of that town we're just departing from. And I'm happy to say already, it looks like the road's going to be absolutely cracking. How smooth are these? Lovely job. So the great thing about La Gomera being so small is, of course, you can get around it pretty quickly. So we've got just the day here. I think we've got something like a 4 o'clock ferry back to Tenerife this afternoon. So we've got, I don't know, something like, well, 4 or 5 hours riding on here, and that's probably enough. We shall see. But look at this interior already. It's looking absolutely spectacular. First bit of excellent tunnel action of the day. There's always something special about emerging from a tunnel, isn't it? You never quite know what you're going to get, do you? First of all, you get blinded by the light, and then it's all you know, kind of a ah moment, or a oh, that's not much. And in that case, it was the latter, perhaps. But we'll see. We'll see. It's tunnel after tunnel, this. Well, already La Gomera is delivering heaps of biking fun. Roads so far have been lovely. Pretty good surfaces, nice sweepy bends, spectacular scenery. In lovely weather, what more can you want? Well, actually, I know what more I want. A coffee stop. Hopefully we'll be getting to one soon. Oh, look at that. So when we came onto La Gomera, I said that it looked barren, and how just because it looked barren at the edges didn't mean to say it would be in the middle. Well, look at this. Couldn't be much more lush, could it? Amazing, the flora here. Again, feels completely different to Tenerife and completely different to Gran Canaria. Stunning. So this is Hermigua, something like that, H-E-R-M-I-G-U-A. Our first little town in La Gomera. Built up the side of the mountain. Looks pretty special. How pretty is that? There's just something about the light today. Hopefully it'll make for good good videos. I can feel the wavelength doing me good. That and the fact I'm on a bike in warm weather on sticky tarmac. All is well with the world. Okay, so my wish has been granted. We've stopped here at this amazing spot for a coffee. Check this out. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, let's go and join the team for a coffee. Right, now as Mrs. Fly's not here, we're having to rely on Helen for some island facts. So Helen, what island facts have you got about La Gomera for us?
Okay, so the first one is that it's the second smallest island of the Canary Islands.
Can I ask what the first smallest is?
No, don't know that one.
Yep.
No, you can ask. You'll get an answer. 22,500 population, but I think it might have doubled when that boat got in.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
And what else? It's about 450 kilometres squared. Yeah. And the other thing is, its main export and the whole economy relies on bananas.
So Roy just told me, yeah, amazing. Well, thank you for the facts.
Anytime.
We'll come back to you for more later. She's very clever, isn't she, Hel? Oh, cake, now we're talking. What sort of cake's that?
Cake is avellanas. Avellanas.
Pineapple? Arianas?
Banana.
No. Avellanas.
Arianas?
I don't know in English.
We'll work it out. I'll work it out. Don't worry, I'll work it out. I'll try it and see.
And honey palm. Honey palm is guarapple.
That's the key, is it?
Yeah. This is called from the palm.
Oh, right.
It's a cut.
Yep.
And put the stick and basket downstairs.
Yep.
It's all night. It's a tear.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So the next in the morning, he check. It's
Yep.
dry. Cut a little bit.
Perfect.
Then you have call it 8 kilos.
Yep.
You can put over in the on the kitchen and the fires.
Yep.
And then it's changed to honey palm. It is.
Cool.
This is honey palm.
Have I got something to try?
Yeah, you try it now.
Excellent. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
I've no idea what he said. Right, so the trick is to pour this on the cake, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Bit on there then, please.
Okay.
All right, John, it's all yours. Excellent. Let it soak in a bit.
Yeah. And
There you go, John. Over to you, sir. See what you think.
And then put
Let it go in.
inside and,
Okay. Bit of dippage as well.
Martin
Cheers.
Joy, for you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Nice.
It's got that hazelnutty, palmy, sugary goodness, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what is it called?
What's called?
What's this called in Spanish?
Guarapo.
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 Guarapo. There you go. You heard it here first, folks.
Well, that was a good stop at the La Casa something or other there. Very, very nice. Cake was excellent. Good call on Jose's part. Enjoyed the conversation with Jose. Understood about 20% of it, I think. So that's always good. Right, I think the plan now is to head up into the middle of the island, sort of round the edge and up the middle, and head towards one of the highest spots on the island. Apparently there's a very good view. You can look back to Teide from there. Talking of good views, it's not too bad a view from here, is it? Look at that. Beautiful. And that bit of land we can see over there to the right is of course Tenerife. Wow, look at that lovely bit of coastline down there. Sea glistening in the sunshine. Beautiful. Great view now of the volcano over on Tenerife to my right. Wow. Just a little bit of haze lifting up, makes it look almost like the island is hovering above the sea. Well, there's a villa Jose's just pointing out at the very top of this hill in front of me. May not be able to see it in the GoPro. I'll see if I can capture it somehow on the 360 maybe. Well, it's not very good for zooming in, but right on the very top, an amazing villa with a glass lookout. Actually, it might not be a villa, that might be the lookout that we're trying to head to. We're not sure if it's going to be open or not, but there's like a glass walkway at the top, so we might get up there in a minute. Incredibly steep-sided hills. I mean, these mountains just rise up from nowhere. Very, very impressive. Incredible terraced area down here, and we're just about to enter another tunnel through the side of the mountain. It's just spectacular wherever you look here. Look at this. Unbelievable. Loving it. Properly in the climb again now, and this road up here has been absolutely epic. One turn after another, but they're not so tight that you can't get a bit of pace on. Such great fun. I was so enjoying it I didn't actually turn the camera on. Okay, I think we've peaked. I think this may be where the lookout is. Certainly feels pretty high. Looking down on an inversion layer there. Jose has given me some intriguing hand signs. They're in Spanish, of course, so I'm having trouble understanding them. Now that is one heck of a view of Tenerife and the volcano there, settling above that inversion layer. What a stunner. Right, barriers up. Does that mean the lookout is open? One way to find out. So we've come to the lookout car park. It turns out the actual glass bottom thing is closed, which is a bit of a shame because you love a glass bottom thing, don't you?
I love a glass bottom thing,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Says up to my wife.
But great ride up, wasn't it?
Fabulous.
Less of that, please. Thank you.
I like the road.
The views, you can come round a corner, it just keeps giving.
It does.
And you're thinking, wow, wow.
And it was a nice road, that one as well, wasn't it?
It was a nice road.
Nice
Only
and
problem,
flowing.
as always, you've got to think, well, I've got to keep my eyes on the road here because
Yeah, you can't actually
views are
enjoy the view.
fabulous.
Yeah. Look at the colour of this this earth. That's amazing.
Apparently it's clay, they use it for making pots.
Really?
No.
Check this out.
Wow. God.
I'm not sure I would fancy getting that glass bottom thing, to be honest with you.
Right, guys.
It's spectacular though, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Hey? Jeez. Let's have a look.
Now jump.
Oh, no.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Did it work?
Ian's completely on the
Oh, fantastic. Cool. Oh, I'm levitating as well.
Brilliant.
Oh, brilliant. Perfect. Thank you. Gracias.
Welcome.
Well, another epic photo stop, which we probably wouldn't have got if it wasn't for Jose knowing this place like the back of his hand. Excellent that was. Right, bit more riding and then lunch. Would you believe we just passed a road narrows sign? Roads don't get a lot narrower than this, do they? Just talking to some of the guys on the tour as we were wandering back to the bikes there, and we all kind of agreed that Gomera has been a real treat, a real surprise for us. Lovely roads, beautiful villages, an absolute winner. I think unanimously probably our favourite of the 3 islands we've done. If you get the chance to get out here, do so. It's fantastic. Getting some more hand signals from Jose. Haven't a clue what they mean. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. Check it, I haven't got my indicator left on. No, it's not that. It can be very strange riding through this dappled light. You sometimes go through big avenues of these trees or bits of this forested bit and you've just got this dappled light. It's kind of hard to tell which way you're heading. It's going to look completely different through the camera, but believe you me, when you're here riding on this stuff, if for example you were to come up to a car and you want to overtake, it's very difficult to see ahead and work out if it's safe because it's just very confusing. It's like you're looking through camouflage. It's lovely and cool though, there's that about it. See, even these corners you can't really work out the line through. So we're out of the confusing forested bit and onto this road, which is an absolute cracker again.
can see the sea. You're never far from the sea in La Gomera, but the road itself is absolutely lovely. Sweepy turns, twisties, nice surface. Very, very nice. My stomach's telling me it must be lunchtime, surely. Okay, quite a different landscape again here. The sort of dense foresty bit has given way to this, I don't know how you describe it. It's almost like, not a prairie land, that's not quite right, but you know what I mean? It reminds me a bit of when we rode through the Pacific Northwest. Okay, that didn't have the palm trees. It had the heat and the same sort of colour flora. What a contrast from all the greenery we saw this morning. Well, stunning views from up here on the what I'm calling the prairie lands. We've got an island over there, not sure what that is, and we've got I'm assuming that's Tenerife there. Maybe no, actually it's not, because we can't see the volcano. So these are two other Canary Islands here. Must check out on the map what they are. Just stunning. This is one of those roads that just keeps on giving. Man, won't you look at this? God, this island is absolutely jaw-droppingly beautiful. The roads, the scenery, this is just something else. Could this be the best road I've ever ridden on ever in all the world? Quite possibly. It is just stunning, an amazing surface, nice and wide. Look at these bends, look at this scenery. Just amazing. Could just go up and down, ride this all day. I'll tell you what, you do not get rides like that one every day. Absolutely stunning. One of the best rides I've ever done. And after that absolutely epic ride, we're back down on the coastal ride, on the coastal road again, back in amongst civilization. What a fabulous ride that was. Right, now my mind turns to lunchtime. Our first proper bit of beach action, I think. Oh no, second. Still got the black volcanic sands here by the looks of it. But a nice spot nonetheless. Well, it's my first visit to La Gomera, but I certainly hope it won't be my last. It is a stunning island, well worth a visit. Woohoo! This could be lunch. Right, welcome to El Restaurante El Charco. That's right, isn't it?
Yes, in Valle Gran Rey.
Perfect. No idea what you said. Okay, Helen. What?
In Valle Gran Rey.
What did it say, Hel? No idea. Yes, yes. See.
No, the Valley of the King.
Oh, the Valley of the King. We knew that already.
Yeah, it's a mini.
Anyway.
Andy, we need to start learn Spanish.
I said ensayada, didn't I?
Ensaladilla.
What? That was it. That was the one. We're starting this again. Cut. Right. Now, on the way down just now on that amazing ride, there are a couple of islands that I surmised were unknown Canary Islands. But of course, I'm next to Helen. She knows everything. Helen, what were those islands?
I've done a lot of research.
Yep. Well, you spoke to Jose.
Yeah.
Yep.
One of them is the smallest island that we didn't know before, and it's called Hierro.
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 Yep.
And then the other one is Las Palmas, which is obviously the
Infamous.
Yeah, it is. For being a volcano.
Is that the limit of your knowledge?
That's it. Oh, yeah, that's it, won't it?
Yeah, that's perfect. Good. Well, every day's a school day here, isn't it? Food's come. What you got there, John? You got some gambas to pill? Garlic prawns.
Standard.
Yeah. Excellent. Looking good. Tuna salad, is that?
Yeah. good.
That looks very good, doesn't it? Looks good. Right, turn the camera off, it's eating time. Well, that was a truly excellent lunch. This was the spot we went to. That little restaurant there. And just in front of it is this little lagoon thing. How about that? What a nice little spot, eh? Right, back to the bike now. Got to stick another battery in the old camera, and then it's the last leg back to the ferry that we get back to Tenerife this evening. So what a brilliant little place that was. Really nice little spot there. Quite quiet, I guess, but yeah, picturesque and lovely. Great restaurant. Liked it a lot. Okay, so roads here are sort of few and far between. You've got to sort of go up and over the mountain to get back to the port for the ferry. So I think we're in for some treat views on this final leg of the trip. Carol's going to be gutted she missed this one out. It's the best day's riding, I think. So on this video, or set of videos, I don't quite know how many I'm going to end up making, I've only really just scratched the surface of what you can do with Canary Motorcycle Tours on their island hopping tour. I've only been out here for, I think, a total of 4 days, but normally their tours across the islands are sort of 7 or 10 days, and they're not just the islands we've done. You can go and do Lanzarote, and he says, quickly racking his brains for other Canary islands, basically any Canary, like Fuerteventura, that was the one I was trying to think of. You can come up with your tour for any of those, have a chat to Joy, and they'll come up with a tour for you. They're great value tours that Canary Motorcycle Tours do. There is always links below my videos, so check out the description below the video for a link to their website, and it has all the details of pricing and so on. And Canary Motorcycle Tours, as I mentioned, are a sponsor of the channel. They've been the longest sponsor of the channel I think I've had. We've been together, I don't know, probably 6 or 7 years now, and we've come to know each other as old friends. And certainly Carol and I regard Joy and Martin more as friends than business associates, that's for sure. I can heartily recommend their operation. Just talk to anybody that's been on one of their tours and they'll tell you what I'm telling you is true. Right, for me though, on this trip, it's not quite over yet. Got some more of this amazing La Gomera scenery to see. So these roads have continued to just keep on giving. We've got about 20k back to San Sebastian now. So what's that, 15 miles, something like that, back to the ferry that takes us back to Tenerife. Then tomorrow we'll catch the ferry that takes us back to Gran Canaria. So I'm going to bring the video at least to a close at this point. Really hope you've enjoyed this latest tour that we've done. I absolutely have. It's been stunning. Given we haven't actually covered vast distances, we've seen so many amazing things. The incredible Grand Canyon-like interior of Gran Canaria, the amazing lava fields of Mount Teide on Tenerife, and then just the stunning views that we've had from La Gomera today. It's been really special. I've thoroughly enjoyed the tour. I hope you have too, and if so, don't forget to check out Canary Motorcycle Tours, link below in the description. If it's the first time you've been to the Bissington Flyer, I don't just do trips and tours here on the channel, but I do bike reviews, I do monthly bike news, bits and pieces about how to look after your bike in the garage, that sort of thing, or how not to as well sometimes. And it'd be great to have you along for the next video. Hit that subscribe button, like and all that sort of thing, and it would be great to speak to you next time. Until then, this has been the Bissington Flyer. Cheerio.